Okay, so today I'm going to show you my favourite technique. Don't think you can see much on here at the moment, but I've pre-prepared this with some white acrylic and I've scraped it on using just a plastic scraper, but you can use a bit of cardboard. Sometimes I just use my hand. And I've got some charcoal and a bit of fabric. Sometimes I use like an old tea towel. I don't recommend using tissue because it'll probably just fall apart. So I haven't covered the whole of this paper and I have left some texture on there as well, just here. So I've just got a bit of charcoal there and I'm just going to roughly go over this page. Don't need to be neat about it. I'm using a bit of fabric. Start smudging that out a bit. So the white acrylic is going to act as a bit of a resist, and it's just a nice way of creating backgrounds to work over, especially if you're like me and you don't like just staring at a blank page. Make sure you've got plenty of ventilation as well. I tend to go a bit overboard with the hairspray sometimes and end up choking myself. So you can see now where I've scraped on the paint, and sometimes I just get really nice marks like these, nice bits of texture. I mean, it's not neat, it doesn't have to be neat because I'm going to paint over a lot of this. Sometimes I'll do it on a scrap of paper, it's a nice way to use up odds and ends, and then I'll collage that into something else. When this is dry, I might go over it again, something a bit darker there. You can also do this with paint. Quite often do this with paint, but I don't think I could do it with one hand. And here's the charcoal. I have to do it before. It's just about building up the surface and then working back into it. And here's one I did yesterday. So this is another one that I've done. Again, I've left a lot of texture there. So that might be something that I keep in a painting. I might work over it. So here are some other examples I've got. So this is in my other sketchbook. So I started off just by putting some white down and then I've worked over the top of it. It's nice to just add areas of interest and texture rather than this just being one orange block panel. This is a view of the landscape in St Ives, and I don't want it to be completely flat anyway. This is another one I did. I can't remember if I did this in oil, but I've left this one to be quite soft and subtle marks on that one. And this one is a collage one. So I've scraped on using black this time, let that dry, I've ripped it off, and then I've gone over with different colours. So just leave some nice marks behind, and then I pick up the colour on the white bits. And you can do this with oil as well. So on this one, I've scratched into the surface, I've scraped on paint, then I've gone over with the oil, and then I've rubbed it all back. And here's another one as well. This is just an example sheet, so this is a shiny card. Here I've sanded it back as well. So on this bit, this is the original surface. Obviously this is the oil paint. So if I was to put another colour over that, just build on the layers, like with this one. Here we go. That's my technique.